Hello and welcome to the John Breslow Ice Hockey Center for week one of the playoffs in the Lincoln Ice Hockey League, the Lincoln Senior Hockey Novice Division. This is Beauregard Snaggletooth calling the action for you today. In our first game, we have the Whiskey Dekes in red, captained by Carl Kavinsky, taking on the Bees in blue, captained by Mike Landfill Harrison. We're in warm-ups, as you can see. And we'll get ready to bring this game to you here. So we've got the number 2 seeded Bees, backstopped by number 29, Doug Lamar, as you have there right on your screen. And the number 3 seeded Dekes have Josh Luce in goal, number 66. We are looking forward. These two teams tied 3-3 the last time they played each other in quite the vigorous game. We'll see how well they can do today. We'll give you the rosters here. As you see, Scott Hunziker, number 21 winger for the Dekes, coming right up. And looks like we're getting ready to collect the pucks here. It's been a great season of hockey. These two teams have definitely been fairly evenly matched. I believe the Bees have the edge in the season series so far, but it has not been completely one-sided. So it'll be interesting to see how the playoffs shake out. The Bees are the Dekes are short-benched right now. They are only skating 9 to start, as they are waiting for a late arrival. Damian David, one of the wingers, is coming in hot, as the kids say these days. And Warren Harder is out due to illness this game. So we shall see if that has any effect on the game as we go along. Let's see, we're getting ready for a face-off. And looks like we've got Eric Willis and Brian Betty on defense for the Bees. Carl Kavinsky and Corbin Mellinger are starting on defense. And there's the face-off. That is collected there at the blue line. Pressure from the Dekes already. That comes back. Eric Willis moves it over. I think that's Mike Sullivan who's moving that up with some pressure into the Dekes zone. And there's a shot that gets deflected wide. Mellinger moves it forward to a Jack Shane, who's trying to break free, not quite able to get loose. And there's a pass up to, I think that's Greg Horacek, who's battling the boards there with Eric Willis. And now Tyler Stastny has it for the Bees. Pass across the ice. It's collected by Mike Sullivan, number 65. There's a centering attempt. That's broken up. And there's a shot that goes wide. There's a shot that loose gloves off of Mike Harrison. These are looking to control the zone here. Get as many shots on goal as possible. Mellinger with the pass forward. Jen Konecki moves it along. That is broken up at the red line and comes back in. That's Hugh Clark trying to cut it in, but it's deflected. I believe that's Billy Vest skating it forward. Pass over to Mike Dvorak. That comes back. Mike Klaczynski has it. Looking for a pass off the boards. And that makes its way all the way down past the goal line here in the Bees' end. Comes around the boards. Dvorak and Vest with the pressure. There's Scott Hunziker cutting off the pass. But it does make it out. So the Dekes put it back together. Mike Dvorak is putting the pressure on. Able to take it all the way down. Puck's in the high slot, but not able to get a shot away. And Bees carry it in. There's a shot that's paddled away by Luce. That was off of Hugh Clark. And there's number 11, Brian Betty, skates it around the goal, carries it out into the neutral zone. And, oh, here's a breakaway now. There's a shot, low-angle shot that's blocked by Luce. Stastny wasn't quite able to get control of that to give himself a better shot, but was able to try for the low angle. There's an attempt that comes skittering across through the legs of referee Bruce Hiller. And that one is turned and shot out by Eric Willis. Jen Konecki was in the slot there looking to collect anything that might come her way. Carl Kavinsky now has it, but that is deflected off the leg of Abby Cawley. And puck was up in the net, so we've got a stoppage. And we'll have a face-off to the right of Luce. There it is. That gets out. That looks like that does get away. That's John Cropsey who collects it for the Bees. Pass is collected by Corbin Mellinger. He gets it out, but Eric Willis was there to cut it off. Mike Klaczynski is going to skate it forward here. And he sends it up to Scott Hunziker, who looking for Mike Dvorak, centering attempt, but gets away. Looks like it might have been a deflection off of a stick. Mike Dvorak's there now. Sends it on out. And we've got an icing call. So we'll have another face-off. This time it'll be to the left of Luce. There's the face-off. Oh, and a shot right off the face-off. That was a nice shot. Tom Valachek with that one, I believe is who that was. Got that. Goes just wide, but that was a beauty of an attempt. Dangerous shot on the face-off. Puck's at the blue line. Dvorak moves it forward. And looks like we're battling for it here. Both teams are trying to gain control. Mellinger there to cut off Ruth Miller. Good to see her back after going off. And there's a shot. Deflects off the back of the wall. That was a good shot on goal there for the Dekes. Their first shot of the game. That's collected by the red line and sent back into the B zone. As I was saying, it's good to see Ruth Miller after going down a couple weeks ago with a shoulder injury. She's back in, so that's good to see. There's number 22, Ron Troyer. Bounce off the board. Scott Hunziker stays in it and gets it back down below the goal line. Brian Betty's over there to collect, but he's got two Bs there, and I believe that's Jack Shane who's trying to get the pressure on. And puck's in the high slot. There's a shot. That's deflected wide. Not quite able to get it on goal, but good attempt there. And here come the Bees up the outside. The shot goes wide to the right of the net. And good pressure there at the blue line. Deflected. No ice is the call. That's Troyer who collects, sends it across. Looking to get a breakout there. And that's Stastny putting on the speed. He's probably the quickest skater on the Bees team. And here comes Mike Dvorak putting pressure, trying to keep that down there. He's battling with Eric Willis. There's Greg Horacek, winger, who was battling with Mike Sullivan. And here it comes. Centering attempt. There's a shot and a goal. Stastny was able to get it by the blocker side of Loose. That was a nice centering attempt. 3-on-1 for the Bees. And the Bees take control early, 1-0. Here in the first period. And there's the face-off. Luce was calling for icing, but no dice there. Mike Dvorak now here has it. 1-on-none. Shot goes off the post. There's another one off the post. There's a centering attempt looking for Jen Konecki. Just not quite able to get that connection there. Good try. And we've got an icing call, so that will come back. And we'll have our first face-off here in the Bees defensive zone to the right of Doug Lamar. There's the face-off. Deflected down low. Hunziker trying to get that shot from the goal line. That's Kluczynski collects, keeps it in. There's a shot. And it looked like that might have been deflected wide, but it still made it through. That was a nice attempt there. See if you can sneak a bouncer through, perhaps. Puck's in the high slot. That is sent back in and deflected by Brian Betty, who moves it up the boards. Close to too many men there for the Bees as they were making a change. But no call at this point. And that comes back into the Bees zone. Betty sends it over off the boards. And we've got a breakout now. There's a shot that goes wide left. And it is collected by Clark, but Jack Shane takes it away, who's trying to get a step. There's a nice shot. Lamar blocks that wide. The Bees have it, but it's broken up right at the blue line, not able to establish. And there's the Dekes. Playing some good defense, not allowing the Bees to gain a foothold in their zone. Puck is still in the neutral zone. Here it comes. There's a shot. Looks like that was deflected off of a stick. That was off of Brian Betty and I think Corbin Mellinger. That went off the stick up into the netting. So we've got a face-off, and you can see Damian David is now on the ice for the Dekes. And Carl Kavinsky trying to get that out, but misplays it slightly. Puck's out at the point. Dvorak tries to get it. That's backhanded out by Horacek, who gets it out of the zone, allows the Dekes to regroup defensively. That's Stastny bringing it in, looking for Ruth Miller. And well defended by Konecki and Kavinsky there by the Dekes. Horacek over on the boards has it, and we've got a whistle, possibly an offsides by the way everybody's lining up there. Yep, that's what it looks like. And here it comes. The puck comes through the slot. Dvorak's there 1-on-2, trying to gain control, but Stastny has it. Oh, there's a Horacek has it and sends it to the center for Dvorak, who gets a shot, but it's broken up by John Cropsey. And there's Horacek, and we have a goal. Greg Horacek, the Iron Man winger on the Dekes team, is able to clear that deflection back up and puts a nice backhanded goal in the net. We've got a tie game, 1-1. Good positioning right there. Able to collect the loose rebound in front of the crease and get it over Lamar. And there's the face-off. And that's sent in by Hunziker. Jack Shane putting the pressure on Brian Betty, trying to deflect that. And comes across, looking for Damian David, but it sneaks by. That's David and Sullivan go down together. Good battle for the puck, and I believe we have an offsides call. That was sent off the face-off in, and Corbin Mellinger backhanded it out. There's Mellinger with it again, skating towards the boards. He looks for the centering pass out in the neutral zone. It's broken up. Good pressure coming in. Centering attempt comes across, but nobody's home for the Bees. Jack Shane with it now. Looks to get it out of the zone, but that is cut off and sent left of the goal. Mellinger off the boards. Ruth Miller was there. There's a nice shot, but that's taken care of by Damian David, who intercepts it before it gets to the goal and moves it around. And here's Hunziker skating with it in. Oh, stick lift by Mike Sullivan, who doesn't allow him to get the shot off. And Dekes tag up. Sullivan with the puck plays it off the boards, and that's going to be forward here. 2-on-1 for the Bees. Abby Cawley was there with Hugh Clark against Corbin Mellinger. That one. Hunziker moved it in. Brian Betty deflected it into the corner. And icing was signaled, but I believe they waved that off, so Carl Kavinsky skates it around and moves it up. Puck's at the blue line now here at the Bees end. And Dvorak, nice move to get around. There's a shot attempt and the buzzer for the end of the first period. So, a nice game so far. Good back and forth action. We've got a 1-1 game here in the first round of the playoffs. And so far, by my calculation, we've got 6 shots on goal for the Dekes and 5 for the Bees. Not a lot of real good scoring opportunities, but some very good back and forth action. Both teams playing very well defensively, not allowing a whole lot of opportunities for the opponents. In the second game of the doubleheader today, we'll have round 1 game between the Cake Eaters and the Grizzlies. Cake Eaters are the number 1 seed in the league, and the Grizzlies the number 4. The Grizzlies have definitely been on a bit of a heater here lately, so we'll see how they can do. As we get ready for the second period, we would like to tell you about one of our sponsors, The Phantom Lightkeeper, a new musical endeavor by Justin Beam. The Phantom Lightkeeper mixes doom and surf and hard rock and some spooky vibes. You can get your copy of the inaugural album, Shore Ghosts, at justinbeam.com, justinbeahm.com, and there's 2 shots right off the bat for the Bees. Definitely putting the pressure early on here in the second period. Kavinsky now has it, takes it behind the goal. And puck's loose. Kavinsky with the pressure from Stastny. He was able to get it away. Puck off the back of the net there. Reverses up the wall. And that's still loose. Oh, centering attempt, but Jen Konecki lifted the stick nicely. Nothing doing there. That was dangerous attempt. That shot gets deflected in traffic, and that's sent out by Kavinsky. So the Bees have to touch up. And here comes Cropsey looking for the shot, but that is stopped by Kavinsky just outside the face-off circle. And here come the Bees now. They're going to regroup. Eric Willis, number 17, has it. And there's a pass over for Stastny. Corbin Mellinger has it, moves it back up towards the blue line. That's kept in. Oh, I believe maybe it wasn't kept in. The Bees did have to touch up there. Excuse me, that got out. So gives the Dekes a chance. Mellinger has it, moves it forward. Jen Konecki with the pass for Jack Shane, but that's broken up. Oh, we got a couple folks go down there. That trickles down. That's paddled wide there by Luce. Mellinger collects. Here they come now. There's a centering attempt. Oh, and a nice deflection. Luce went down to stack the pads, and Harrison was able to get there, and a nice centering pass And he's able to get it up and over. So the Bees are able to put another tally on the board, making it 2-1 here early in the second period. Not a lot Luce could do there. That was a nice pass. The lateral movement definitely tried to get in the way, but just sometimes you can't. And so now the Dekes will have to see if they can respond. And here they come into the zone. That's centered. Broken up. Oh, and that makes it past Klaczynski. Gets out across the blue line, so the Dekes have to touch up. And Brian Betty has it. Sends it forward. Now Ron Troyer looking for the pass up the left side. Still in the neutral zone. Troyer has it. There's the puck loose again. Hunziker chips it in. That goes off the skate of Derek Bodford, who is our other referee. Haven't mentioned him yet this game. And now we're in. That's defended well by the Bees, but coming out to the point. Damian David has it. There's a shot. Oh, and that sneaks all the way through to Lamar. There's a good shot and nice cleanup by Brian Betty, who is able to take care of that rebound, not letting that get loose for too much longer. Sends it into the corner. And here's Mellinger now. Loose puck. Sends it out to the red line. Here come the Dekes again. That's taken away. Offsides was the call. Ron Troyer. That's the pass forward. That's Ruth Miller who has it. That was sent towards the net, but broken up by Billy Vest. Mike Dvorak is in pursuit of this one. Picks it up on the boards. There's a shot. Oh, and a goal. Goes far side around the leg pad of Doug Lamar. Very nice shot. There was not a whole lot to work with. Lamar had great positioning. Just saw a little bit on the glove side low and plays it off the post and in. So there's the answer right now. Mike Dvorak ties the game at 2 for the Dekes. And there's Abby Cawley and Stastny with it. That's a shot. There's another shot. Okay, so Stastny had the one shot, tried to backhand it, but not able to get that one on goal. Good try. There's a shot that is going wide, but helped a little further by the poke check of Luce. Just keep it away and get it into the corner. Kavinsky bounces it off the walls. There's Jen Konecki in pursuit, just not quite able to get there in time. And so the Dekes will regroup. Kavinsky plays it off the boards. And there's a shot. Oh, and that was gloved high. That was a nice shot. That actually looked like it went off the arm of Luce. And it was not controlled, but he was able to get the deflection. High danger chance there for the Bees. So we'll have a face-off to the left side of Luce. Jack Shane and Hugh Clark were there for the face-off. There's an offsides call, and Jack Shane picks it up and puts the Jets on, moving up the left-hand side. 3 Bs were trying. There's a low-angle shot. Oh, and Hunziker with a great shot goes off of Willis. Nice try. Good positioning, just not quite able to get it there. That's battled. Oh, and there's a backhand attempt, goes just wide. Dekes here with nice rush. We got Billy Vest in front and Scott Hunziker both. Lots of bodies in front of the net, making it difficult for Doug Lamar, but the Bees are able to get that out. And we've got a shot and a breakaway and a big rebound off of Luce's leg pad, and that comes out. And the Dekes are able to clean that up defensively. And Corbin Mellinger takes it all the way in from defense, but that'll come get collected here after the shot attempt. But there's another attempt, blocked wide. John Cropsey over in the corner moves it forward, and that stays in. Dvorak sends it down behind the net, and Billy Vest was there trying to get it on goal, perhaps play it off the pad, see if we could get a deflection. Puck is still out at the point, and now it's into the neutral zone. Stastny with the breakaway. That's poked over into the corner. Here comes Mike Sullivan. He goes with a low angle shot, looking for the deflection for Stastny. Nice try. There's a shot and a block for Luce. Sullivan again sends it up to Cropsey. That's broken up. And that one's broken up as well. Mike Dvorak off the boards, but Cropsey's there to keep it in. And there's Dvorak has it again. Challenged there. And Abby Colley comes away with it. Corbin Mellinger is there for the defense. And Sullivan, backhander. And that is stopped by Damian David, who's able to clear that out. And there's an icing call. Nice attempt. By the Bees. Good pressure. Luce was having a discussion with Bodford there. And so we'll have the face-off. Jack Shane and Tyler Stastny. That is won by Stastny, who carries it all the way down, low angle. And Luce just backhands it down below the net. That was kind of a nasty little trickler puck. And here they come. And that's Troyer, who was able to beat Jack Shane there for control. Kavinsky breaks that up. Stastny had it, and we've got an offsides call. Abby Colley had it, but they weren't able to reestablish before moving in. Nice try by the Bees. We'll have the face-off here in the neutral zone. And that's won by Shane, who Kavinsky tries to send it out, but goes off the leg of Clark, but thankfully bounces right back to Kavinsky, who's able to get it into the neutral zone. And there's Kavinsky. Sends it over towards the point. That's still in. Oh, there's a centering attempt, but Jen Konecki was able to move it along for Jack Shane. That is kept in by Ruth Miller. And there's Mike Harrison, Tom Valachek, sorry. They were able to keep that in. And Jack Shane trying to get a shot, but well defended there by the Bees. That stays in. Damian David has it, looking to move it towards the center. Goes off a couple skates. There's a shot and goes wide. And there's up in the center. There's a shot, and that gets deflected wide again. Dekes are getting some pressure, just not quite getting them on the goal. Lots of bodies in front. Here's Ruth Miller now moving it forward. There's a shot. Goes off of Kavinsky. He backhands it up the boards. Brian Betty's there. and looking to get that through. There's a shot and picked up by David, who moves it off the wall. That stays in, and Kavinsky is going to collect that and send it out. It was off of the stick and then moved forward by Jen Konecki, and it's going to make it all the way down for an icing call. Both teams are battling really hard, not allowing either really to get much of an advantage. There's the face-off, and that was won by Dvorak. Looked like it popped up into his chest and falls down. He's able to move it out to the blue line. And that puck is loose, moving towards Lamar. John Cropsey comes and moves it away safely from the zone. And low angle shot. Luce was able to get down, cover the post. Stastny wanted to try and see if he could go short side on Luce, and Luce is able to get the freeze. And we'll have a face-off to the right, and that is won by the Bees, and they were looking for a shot right off of it, and Dvorak battling for it. Dvorak is down off of his skates and still able to move it up the boards a little bit, trying to get that out of danger. Well played, staying in the battle there. And so that gets out across the blue line, and there's Dvorak. Chips it out to the red line. And looks like Mike Klaczynski's going to collect that and get it across into the Bees zone. John Cropsey cuts off Horacek and is able to move the puck around. And we've got a whistle, probably an offsides here, it looks like. There's the face-off. And that is won by the Dekes, carried into the zone, but that is broken up. And the Bees will move it on into the zone. There's a nice shot, paddled away by Luce. Hugh Clark, centering attempt. That is broken up. Jen Konecki with the puck now. Off the boards. Still loose there right at the point, and still loose there. Both teams battling away. And we got all kinds of folks there. And that comes out towards the center ice. And I think possibly an offsides is the call. No, you've got a penalty. Looking, I believe, unless it was icing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I believe it's hooking penalty on the Bees. That puck is out. Nice shot sent in. There's a shot. That makes it all the way through, and a freeze by Lamar. Good second attempt shot there. I think that was Damian David who put it on goal. There's the face-off. And there's the end of the first period. Or, excuse me, the second period. Way to pay attention there, Beauregard. So, 2-1, I believe. So we'll get ready for the third period. Got quite the game. Both teams are definitely doing their best. If you would like to play in the Lincoln Senior Hockey League next year, you can go to the website lincolnhockey.org or find Liha, L-I-H-A, on Facebook, the Lincoln Ice Hockey Association. It is an excellent time, great people. The Novice division has been an absolute blast to be a part of this year. So we'll get ready for the third period. There's the face-off. That's collected there right at the blue line, sent out. No icing is the call. Brian Betty comes behind the net. Willis takes the pass and sends it across. That makes it all the way down. Kavinsky has it and makes the pass up forward for Shane. That's able to sneak by, though. Willis has it. Dvorak sends it back down off the end, and Willis has it over to the point there, and that's Stastny. Oh my goodness, big collision between Stastny and Dvorak. Dvorak still down. He's back up now. That was shot sent wide. And there's Damian David trying to get a shot on goal. Good defense there by the Bees. Stastny has it and moves it up forward. That's kept in at the point by Kavinsky. And here comes Stastny now, breakaway. He's able to get a step. There's a shot, and Luce comes out and plays it forward, forcing Stastny to go to the right side, and he pulls it wide. And reset here in the neutral zone. Both teams looking to establish. There's a couple of changes there for the Bees. Get some fresh legs on the ice. That comes down. Mellinger sends it forward. And that's going to be paddled forward by Horacek down into the Bees' end. Ron Troyer has it and was able to get it out to the blue line and back into the neutral zone now. And there is John Cropsey now. He's going to collect it and move it back forward. And battle there right at the blue line. Well defended. Here that comes now. No. Correction. That stays in. Now it comes in. There's a shot. Oh, a glove attempt, but it goes wide. Cropsey moves it towards the net. But that is kept in. Excuse me. That goes off of Dvorak. And Corbin Mellinger has it and chips it out. Force the Bees to regroup. Here comes Cropsey. Well defended there. And able to get the puck down. Klaczynski has it. And that is sent down. Looks like we've got an icing call. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Luce. Shot that's won by the Bees. Was backhanded down into the corner. Damian David was there to send that back, and another icing call. Not allowing the Bees to establish anything here in their zone. Oh, we've got Jack Shane and Tyler Stastny. There's a face-off, and that is a toss-up. Looks like the Bees were able to get it. There's a shot from the high slot. Goes wide. Still in. Controlled by the Bees. But that's able to get away. And another icing call. So it'll come back for another face-off. This face-off is brought to you by Josh Luce and the Plan 9, the finest purveyor of instrumental rock and roll in Lincoln, Nebraska. And there's the face-off. And that is gathered up by the Dekes and moved out. And pressure. There's a shot. Oh, nice deflection wide by Lamar Kavinsky with a fine shot. And that stays in. Hunziker moves it towards the net, off the side of the net. There, good try, good positioning, and that is moved forward. Here comes Stastny now. Another breakaway. There's a shot. Oh, and a nice save by Luce. And that is sent down. No icing call though. I think that was collected before it made the line. That is moved in by Harrison. Kavinsky has pressure. He sends it around. And we're out in the neutral zone. And here comes Jack Shane. There's a shot. And that goes just wide. And Lamar is able to get the freeze. Lamar may have gotten a stick on that first one to send it wide, too. Not the best shot in the world, but certainly, as I've always said, send it towards the net. Good things will happen. And puck is down low. Mike Dvorak tries to get it in there. That's deflected by Cropsey. And puck's still loose there below the goal line. Cropsey now skates it forward. He's got a head of steam. And that's poked away by Corbin Mellinger. And offside at the blue line there. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. And that is won by the Bees, but was taken away and sent out. And there's Cropsey looking for a shot, but that's deflected. Hugh Clark for the Bees with the pressure. Down low. And here it comes across. And Mellinger is skating that forward. And broken up. But able to get the puck in. Ron Troyer has it. Oh, that's broken up. And a goal. Looks like that was Billy Vest who was there. That's a goal for the Whiskey Dekes, and that now, by my accounting, puts it 3-2 Dekes here in the third period. And there's our face-off. battle down below here. That's Jack Shane. And looks like Ron Troyer and Tyler Stastny. He's able to get it around the dasher all the way out to the point and out into the zone. There's well defended there. That's Damian David who collects it. Jack Shane goes down. That's chipped up and past Brian Betty, so out into the neutral zone. No icing. And Betty has it now down below the net. Jack Shane has it. The centering attempt broken up. The Dekes have been trying to get the shots to the net, but it has been well defended by the Bees. Not a lot of shots are making it through to Lamar. And that's collected by Eric Willis, who moves it forward. He's got it now, skating up. Kavinsky's there with the defense, along with Damian Davids. Cuts it back towards the slot. There's the shot, and that's sent wide. And there, that is collected by Stastny. There's a shot, and a goal. Oh, that caught loose off guard. He wasn't quite in position, didn't have the post sealed, went off his leg pad and deflected in. Nice shot, and we are tied again, 3-3. Good things happen when you shoot the puck at the net. And here come the Bees. And that gets all the way down. Willis collects it in the defensive zone for the Bees. Cross ice pass. But that is well defended and broken up and stays in the neutral zone. And on the sides. And what do we have here? I think we have a penalty. This is going to be, who is this on? Oh, this is on number 50, Billy Vest. I believe we have a tripping call, so we'll have a face-off. To the right of Loose. Dvorak is there for the face-off. And Mellinger racing for that. Good try. Abby Colley is there for the Bees. Dvorak gets over and able to chip that out into the neutral zone. Well defended. There's a shot on goal, and Loose paddles that to the side. Cropsey with a shot goes short side and misses. And that comes around. Mellinger has it. Defended, kept in by Cropsey, though. Good pressure by the Bees. That goes off of Kluchinski. There's a great shot by Sullivan and another shot by Sullivan. Two shots right off the leg pads. Loose is able to cover that post and keep control. Now the puck's at the high slot. Looks like that was Willis. There it comes Loose. There's another shot off of the leg pad of Loose. Deflects over to the boards. Willis with it. There's a shot. And that comes through. That's Loose, and it's kicked over towards Loose, who's able to get the save. Or get the freeze, rather. Excuse me. Dangerous chances. There are several attempts. Short side by the Bees, but nothing doing so far. So we'll have the face-off. And there it is. That is one down by the Dekes. Kavinsky sends it all the way around the glass. And that makes it out into the neutral zone. There's that shot through. It goes off the skate of Kavinsky there as the Bees sent it in. And Betty has it. There's a shot that is broken up in some skates, I believe. Couldn't quite see who caught that one. And here comes another skater, so the power play is over for the Bees. And there's Scott Hunziker with a shot. Oh, good try. Goes just wide of the net. There's a shot backhanded from Dvorak, and Lamar was able to turn that aside. And that is sent in below the goal line. Kavinsky has a little bit of time, reverses direction, sends it forward. That's collected by Damian David, who brings it up to the red line, sends it in, and still in there, just inside the blue line. Dekes trying to establish. Got two in front of the goal there. Good try. Oh, there's a shot. Oh, and a nice deflection. Good try. Damian David was there looking for the deflection right in front of the net. Mike Sullivan sends it out of the zone. Carl Kavinsky puts it in. That goes off of the paddle of Lamar, and that's going to be played by Cropsey. And Stastny, low angle, oh, centering attempt, and Luce is there to break that up. Willis was streaking towards the goal. Good attempt. Great centering try. Luce was able to break that up there at the last minute. And now we have a lovely view of Derek Bodford's back. And puck goes out to the point, and now it's out. And we've got one of the Bees in pursuit. I think that's Cropsey. And that is broken up. Oh, there's a shot. Lamar off the stick and gets the freeze. And there is the buzzer for the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another 3-3 tie between the Dekes and the Bees. A fine game by my calculations. That is, 17, 20, 23 shots on goal for the Bees to 16 for the Dekes. A real fine game. And where that puts us, if the Bees win next week, they will go to the championship. Because they are the lower seed, if the Dekes get a tie or win outright, they will go to the championship. So a lot riding on next week's game. We hope you can join us here at the Angry Gorilla Sports Network. Our second game of the doubleheader is coming up after this.